everybody. Welcome once again to a brand new lesson on IELTS Speaking Test. And I'm your trainer, Alisha. Well, I'm sure you already may have watched the video on IELTS Speaking Test Part 0. If you haven't, the link is right here. Please go and watch it. And today I'm going to take the next step, which is move to Part 1 of IELTS Speaking Test. Now, you all know that this test is going to last for 4 to 5 minutes. And this test is a dialogue between you and the examiner, which means just after showing your identification card, the examiner is going to begin your Part 1 of the speaking test. And I want to demonstrate to you what precisely must you do in Part 1. On the board, I have jotted some very common topics which are extremely popular in the IELTS Speaking Part 1 test. Now, these topics, remember, are very familiar topics. None of these topics usually are unfamiliar to you. For example, it can be about work, home, family naturally, computers, internet, hobbies, clothes, birthdays, friends, dictionaries, favorite, flower, etc. Now, you also may have other familiar topics such as going out, parties, art, any topic which you believe is extremely familiar to you, you may be asked. Do you believe that the examiner may ask you only about questions hovering only around some topics or all? Well, the examiner is likely to ask you questions maybe on all of them, because in this particular section, you must expect at least 12 questions from 3 different topics. All right, now you may want to understand what is it that you have to be very careful of when you're answering these questions. Remember, the examiner is going to judge you on pronunciation. So what is pronunciation? Basically, your ability to enunciate words correctly. Are you able to pronounce the words correctly? Is the examiner able to comprehend what you're trying to say? Fluency. So what's fluency? Fluency is your ability to articulate what you're trying to think. Remember, friends, speaking is a productive skill. So you're basically producing the language, and you should be in a position to articulate your thoughts. So fluency basically is a gauge of whether you're able to articulate your ideas in the best possible language. Do you use a lot of fillers such as you know? Are you reluctant to use words? Are you hesitant when you want to speak? Are you using organizers and transitions such as, first of all, finally, another reason? Are you able to use these words to express your thoughts? The next one is vocabulary. Now, why is vocabulary critical? This is an English language test. Hence, the examiner would want to know whether you use very low-level words such as good, bad, ugly, words which are very easy and too simple, or are you able to use high-level vocabulary such as cuisine, amazing, incredible? So let me demonstrate an example. When you're asked about, say for example, what food do you like? Most students may go ahead and answer, I like Indian food. And they just stop at that, which is okay. But just a monosyllabic answer or an answer as simple as I like Indian food will not help your examiner to gauge the proficiency levels of you have in this language. You may just want to say, I love Indian cuisine. So examiner is quickly able to understand that you're able to use high-level words and you have invested in your vocabulary. The next one is obviously grammar, which is a critical part of this language. So you must brush up on your grammar, must be able to present everything in the perfect tenses. Are you able to use the past tense and all the tenses that you need to use, or are you only using the present tense all the time? Now, what I want to do is, I want to tell you how should you answer in your IELTS speaking part 1. And I'm going to pick up one topic to demonstrate that. So this word, dictionary, is what I'm going to pick up today. It's a word that is very familiar. It's a topic which is familiar to all of us. However, it can be asked in two different ways. The examiner may ask you, tell me the tools that you use to enhance your language skills. Or they may also ask you, what are the different types of dictionaries that you use to study English or study a language of your interest? What would you say? You definitely can tell the examiner, yes, there are various tools that are used, and one of them is a dictionary. And how would you want to describe a dictionary? What is a dictionary that you use? What kind of a dictionary do you use most often? I have some ideas here which I want to share with you. Now, there are various kinds of dictionaries available. You have online dictionaries. Online dictionaries are dictionaries which have a little button. You can click on that to listen to the pronunciation of a word. So you can tell the examiner the tools that I use to enhance my language skills is a dictionary. And of course, there are various kinds of dictionaries available in the market. I usually use the online dictionary. I sometimes also use the thesaurus. What's a thesaurus? It's a dictionary that has antonyms and synonyms of a word. So it tells me what is a synonym of that word or an antonym of that word, which is going to enhance my vocabulary skills. And I also use an electronic dictionary. An electronic dictionary is very convenient because it is portable. You can put it in your pocket and you don't have to depend on anything else but your, not a physical dictionary, but your electronic dictionary is always handy with you and you can use it to enhance your language skills. There you go. So every question that you've been asked in part 1, you have to listen to the question very, very clearly and then answer that question with elaboration. Expand your answers. Sometimes students, out of nervousness, tend to give a monosyllabic answer. For example, if the examiner would want to know, do you play sport? Some students may say yes, or they may say no. A monosyllabic answer like this is not going to help the examiner gauge your proficiency in English. So go ahead, say yes or no, but give a reason. So if I want to say, if the question that I'm asked is, do you like sport? I'll say, yes, of course, I do. However, I'm an indoor girl and I like indoor sports, such as chess is one of my favorite games. I like to play that. And I like my friends who are very interested in outdoor sports, such as basketball or football or cricket. Although I don't play them very often, but I like to watch them. I follow a lot of cricket on TV. So here I have elaborated, expanded my answer, and it's not a monosyllabic answer. The examiner is able to understand that although I'm not too fond of outdoor sports, I like indoor sports, and I do follow an outdoor sport, although I don't play that. So you have to be confident, you have to make eye contact, and remember, you have to elaborate your answer in this particular section of IELTS Speaking Part 1. Let me go ahead and demonstrate another very common topic. This is what's your favorite. Now, under what's your favorite, it can be what's your favorite drink. It can be what's your favorite dish. What's your favorite food or dish, favorite animal, or what's your favorite person or teacher? Now, a mistake that I most often see is students tend to say, my most favorite drink, or my most favorite animal, or my most favorite person. Now, what's the mistake in this? Well, you're right. You have to eliminate the most from it. It has to be, your favorite can only be one. There's always one favorite. So you just say, my favorite teacher is from my college, or my favorite drink is, say, green tea, or my favorite time of the day is lunchtime, or anything that's favorite and that you like or love the most. Use words which are synonyms of each other. Do not answer in a way which is repetitive. For example, if the examiner wants to know, what's your favorite flower? Do not say, my favorite flower is the flower rose. It is my favorite because it has a great smell. It's my favorite because it's available in various colors. I'm using the favorite word over and over and over again. How do I replace that without changing the meaning? Easy. I just have to say, my favorite flower is rose. I'm very fond of it because it's available in various vibrant colors, and I'm exceptionally bestowed by the beauty of this flower and the message that this flower has to provide to us. So what did I do? I replace the word favorite with synonyms, with words which mean the same, but I also indicated to my examiner that I know to get variations in my answer, and I expanded my answer with an example. So I'm going to leave you with 3 tips for your IELTS Speaking Part 1. Always practice, elaborate, and smile and be confident. And with us, I'm sure you'll have various practice sessions, which is going to enhance your ability to speak well and sound extremely confident in your IELTS preparation test with us. All the best for it, and I know you're going to do very well.